Hi, and welcome to the Balanced Body Rehabilitation Series. Today we're filming from PHI Pilates Studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My name is Christine Romani-Ruby, and I'm a physical therapist working with Nancy. So today we're going to show you some techniques for working on gait. One of the things that we're always working as a physical therapist to do is build stability in the pelvis for gait. We don't want to see any lateral tilting. We don't want to see a lot of rotation. This is an exercise that will challenge that person but allow you to be there for them to help them keep their pelvis stable. So I call this integrated training because we're going to integrate the tower with the moving reformer, and we're going to use leg springs on the back. So Nancy, you can go ahead and lie down. Okay, so as you'll notice, I have a yellow leg spring back here. You need a very light leg spring. You don't want anything heavy. And we're going to hook it about midway. Now, depending on the strength of your client, you're going to hook this in one of these two positions. Okay, if you hook it high, then you're going to cause them to have a lot of stress on being able to hold neutral pelvis. If you bring it lower, it's going to be easier for them to hold neutral pelvis. So if you find they're rolling into a posterior tilt, move that down lower. So you're going to push back, and we'll hook in. Got it? Okay. And then this is a little tricky. I'm going to use the foot bar. And then Nancy, you can go ahead and push your legs out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and move the foot bar out of her way now, because we won't need it. I have a red and a blue down here on the bottom of the reformer. Nancy's going to go ahead and press her legs out, and then we're going to talk a little bit about trying to keep the pelvis neutral. Sometimes I will put even a proprioceptive device or just a foam pad underneath their tail so that they have something to reach for with their legs. So we're going to keep this rib cage down, keep the pelvis stable, and let's just try leg lowers first. So your carriage will move. You're going to exhale as you bring your legs up. Good, and inhale as you press down. So this just gives them a sense of holding their torso as neutral as possible. Inhale as you press down. Exhale, think of the wrinkles of the pants coming up. Good. So this is moving both legs together now. Where it gets challenging, as you know in gait, is when we start to move those legs individually. So let's go ahead and turn your kneecaps to face front, so we're in a neutral position, and you're actually going to scissor. So one leg will come up, and you'll flex at the hip, and then the other leg will come down. And this is where the integrated is very helpful. Notice that Nancy's carriage isn't moving very much, and that's actually her goal. So as her leg comes down, she wants to stand into that leg, and she wants to think about not allowing any lateral tilt of the pelvis. So if we look at the ASISs, they're staying right in line with each other, and she's reaching out. Inhale and exhale. So they would limit how far they move these legs by if the pelvis is moving or the carriage is moving. As a therapist, I have the reformer to tell me if she's doing the exercise correctly. So now I can see that she's either holding stable or she's not. Now we're going to go ahead and change this, Nancy, to single leg stretch. So now we'll change the movement. She's going to bend one knee into a tabletop position. She'll reach it out, keeping the knee in the second toe in alignment, and the other leg will come in. We're still going to try to keep that pelvis as neutral as possible. And as you can see, as she's bringing her knee up, we can see a little bit of the ASIS moving toward her ear. So I'm going to ask her, as she brings her knee toward her, to try to reach this sitting bone, that sitting bone of that leg, or that ischial tuberosity, toward the inner thigh of this leg. So you're going to inhale on one. Exhale. Now we can start to see it's a little more challenging. The carriage is beginning to shake a little bit. So she's trying to hold that neutral position. Good job. That looks nice. Now can you press your legs out just a little lower, like they're more going to the wall than to the ceiling? And you want to watch for that. If they start to kick toward the ceiling, now we're getting more quadricep and less gluteus maximus. We want them to use their glutes. They need those for gait. So you're reaching out. Good. And coming back. Nice job. Two more to go. And inhale. And exhale. Good, then you can go ahead and press both legs out and hold. So you can see that this is a very basic exercise. We can start very early with our patients, have them have feedback from the reformer so they can kind of teach themselves for a little while. It's a lot easier to do it in a supine position than to try to bring them right up into walking. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope to see you for our next series.